Texas Workforce Commission responded today to our question about why a McKinney man received stacks of overpayment notices that all turned out to be inaccurate.
It is a battle he's had to fight for a year and a half, and while he has prevailed, he's concerned about others who may be getting similar inaccurate notices and runarounds. Fox 4's Lori Brown is live in Dallas tonight with the story. Lori.
Steve, Texas Workforce Commission told me that Robert Jacobs' case is complicated and not like most other cases handled by TWC. That said, they have not answered my question about just how many other people are in a similar situation.
I don't think they know the scope of the problem.
Friday, Robert Jacobs showed us a huge stack of overpayment notices from the Texas Workforce Commission. He had to go through more than a half dozen hearings about the notices, and each time the TWC's claim of overpayment was reversed in Jacobs' favor.
It dragged on for 7 hearings, and it could have been easily solved in one.
Jacobs works for the Texas Rangers and American Airlines Center. During the COVID pandemic, employees were told to file for unemployment. Jacobs submitted his hours based on TWC's pay period, which he was told in the hearings was correct, but that did not match the pay schedules for either employer.
I'm sure that other people are getting overpayment notices and probably just looking at it and sending money in that they probably don't owe.
We requested an interview with TWC's executive director, Ed Cerna. Instead, the commission would only provide us a written statement from a spokeswoman. She said, "We can note that this was an unusually complex case. It is not characteristic of most of the overpayment cases handled by TWC." We asked how many overpayment determinations TWC has reversed this year. We have not yet received a response.
Why is it happening? Who is causing this to happen? And, you know, if the executive director, the face of the agency, can't answer the question, that's a problem.
Jacobs says one of the biggest frustrations has been how difficult it has been to reach TWC about the problem.
It seems like it'd be a good idea for Ed Cerna to maybe call the same numbers that he's asking us to call. See if he can get in touch with his own agency, because it's impossible.
It turns out TWC did not overpay Jacobs. In fact, the commission found it underpaid him. So he recently received $1,300 deposited into his account.
I was shocked when I started receiving that money in my account because I was realizing how much money had been held back. But I don't even know if it's accurate.
In a follow-up conversation, a TWC representative confirmed to Jacobs that it is his money and he should not get any more notices.
It should be the problem solved, and I don't know that I trust that.
This afternoon, a spokeswoman told me that my other questions will require an open records request. TWC notes that anyone who disagrees with an overpayment determination does have a right to appeal that decision. Stephen, Heather.
Got it, Lori Brown. Thank you.